There's a question that echoes in the quiet corners of the internet, whispered in late-night search histories, and sometimes in hushed conversations between men. It's a question shrouded in myths, anxiety, and a mountain of misinformation. It's about something deeply personal, often unspoken, and yet incredibly common. We're talking about ejaculation frequency, specifically what really happens to your body, and more precisely your prostate, if you engage in it every single day. Welcome to the Doctor Therapy channel. The whispers you've heard online, the locker room rumors, the forum posts, they might suggest it's dangerous, that it can cause damage, lead to chronic inflammation, or even worse, somehow increase your risk of prostate cancer. The fear-mongering around this topic is not just real, it's pervasive, often leaving men confused, worried, and making decisions based on outdated or simply false information. But what does the actual rigorous science say? What have the world's leading researchers uncovered when they dared to challenge these long-held fears? Well, I'm going to tell you the unvarnished truth today, and I promise you, the answer is genuinely shocking. It is almost certainly not what you have been led to believe by the internet's dark corners or old wives' tales. Stick with me, because if you're a man, especially over 40 or 50, you absolutely won't want to miss this life-changing revelation. To truly grasp the magnitude of this shocking reality, we first need to get intimately acquainted with the key player in this story, the prostate gland itself. So what exactly is it? Put simply, the prostate is a small but incredibly mighty, walnut-sized gland. It's a crucial part of the male reproductive system, nestled just below your bladder and in front of your rectum. Its primary vital job is to produce the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm, what we collectively know as semen. For such a compact organ, it wields immense influence over a man's health, comfort, and overall well-being, especially as he navigates the second half of life. And precisely because it's so important, the prostate has become a magnet for anxiety, speculation, and outright falsehoods. You've undoubtedly heard the claims, the pervasive myths that circulate in locker rooms, on anonymous internet forums, and even sometimes from well-meaning but misinformed friends. They claim that frequent ejaculation can somehow wear out the prostate, like an overused engine. They suggest it can lead to chronic inflammation, a painful and frustrating condition known as prostatitis. Or, the most terrifying fear of all, the one thing that sends shivers down every man's spine, that it could somehow increase your risk of prostate cancer. These fears are not just understandable, they are deeply ingrained. Prostate cancer is, after all, one of the most common cancers among men worldwide. So anything that might affect that risk is taken with extreme seriousness. For decades, these fears went largely unchallenged, passed down as old wives' tales, or even as moral warnings thinly disguised as health advice. They festered in the absence of clear, definitive answers. But then, something monumental happened. Researchers at one of the most prestigious universities in the world, institutions dedicated to empirical truth and scientific rigor, decided they'd had enough of the guessing games. They decided to put these pervasive myths to the ultimate test, not with anecdotes or theories, but with a massive, long-term, meticulously designed scientific study. And what they found didn't just challenge the myths, it blew them out of the water completely. It fundamentally changed the entire global conversation about ejaculation and prostate health forever. So, what is this shocking secret? What did the cold, hard science finally reveal after decades of speculation and fear? The landmark study I'm talking about comes from a place you've definitely heard of, a name synonymous with groundbreaking research, Harvard University, specifically the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And let me be clear, this wasn't some small-time survey, some quick poll. This was a monumental undertaking. They meticulously followed nearly 32,000 men for almost 2 decades, tracking their lifestyles, their habits, and their health outcomes with astonishing precision. One of the key data points they meticulously looked at was ejaculation frequency. They gathered information on how often these men ejaculated, whether through sexual intercourse with a partner or through masturbation. When they rigorously analyzed this vast amount of data, controlling for countless other variables, the results were nothing short of stunning. They were, quite literally, the very definition of "you won't believe it." Here it is. Prepare yourself. The study found that men who reported a higher frequency of ejaculation had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Let me say that again because it bears repeating, because it directly contradicts everything many of us have been led to believe. More frequent ejaculation was linked to a lower risk of prostate cancer. The numbers were not just significant, they were specific and compelling. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month, that's roughly every other day, had an astounding up to 33% lower risk of getting prostate cancer compared to men who ejaculated only 4 to 7 times per month. This finding is the complete, undeniable opposite of the old fears, the old wives' tales, and the online fear-mongering. Far from being harmful, the scientific evidence gathered over nearly 2 decades from tens of thousands of men pointed to a powerful protective effect. And this wasn't a fluke, a one-off anomaly. The results from this groundbreaking Harvard study have been independently supported by other robust research, including a major Australian study that found a remarkably similar protective link. The scientific consensus is growing. Regular ejaculation is a friend, not a foe, to your prostate. So, the big question, the one that naturally follows such a shocking revelation, is why? How could something so simple, so natural, have such a profound and beneficial impact on the health of the prostate gland? Scientists have a few leading theories, and when you hear them, they all make a lot of logical sense. The first, and perhaps most popular, is often called the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Imagine your prostate's tiny ducts, the intricate network of channels within the gland, as miniature pipes. The theory suggests that regular ejaculation acts like a natural flushing mechanism for these pipes. This process helps to clear away old dead cells, built-up secretions, and potentially harmful substances or carcinogens before they have a chance to linger, accumulate, cause chronic inflammation, and potentially trigger the cellular changes that can lead to cancer. It's essentially your body's own built-in cleansing system, keeping things flowing and healthy. The second theory revolves around cellular health and turnover. Every single time a cell in your body divides, there's a tiny inherent chance of a genetic error, a mutation that could potentially lead to cancer. The hypothesis here is that frequent ejaculation promotes a healthier, more efficient cycle of cellular turnover within the prostate. It encourages the gland to replace old, potentially damaged cells with new, healthy ones more rapidly and efficiently, thereby reducing the window of opportunity for cancerous cells to take hold and multiply unchecked. It's about maintaining a vibrant, self-renewing cellular environment. And a third, equally compelling idea connects to the powerful link between stress and inflammation. We know unequivocally that chronic inflammation throughout the body is a major risk factor for many types of cancer, including prostate cancer. The act of ejaculation, particularly when it's part of a healthy sexual expression, is strongly linked to a reduction in tension and psychological stress. By regularly lowering stress levels, you might also be lowering the body's overall inflammatory response. This naturally contributes to a healthier internal environment for the prostate, making it less hospitable for disease to take root. So when you put all these scientific theories together, the picture becomes remarkably clear. Regular ejaculation, whether from sexual activity with a partner or from masturbation, appears to play a significant and beneficial role in maintaining a healthy prostate. It does this by actively cleaning out the system, promoting healthy cell turnover, and potentially reducing systemic inflammation. It's a powerful, natural combination that works in your favor. Now, that science is incredible for understanding long-term health and cancer risk, and it busts a huge myth. But I know for many of you watching, the immediate concern isn't just about the distant future or cancer prevention. It's about the frustrating, often embarrassing symptoms you might be dealing with right now. I'm talking about waking up multiple times a night, disrupting your sleep and leaving you exhausted, that constant annoying feeling that you can't fully empty your bladder, no matter how hard you try, or a weak, hesitant stream that's just plain frustrating and makes you feel older than your years. If any of that sounds familiar, if these are the daily realities you're facing, I want to pause for just a moment and share something truly special. There's a fascinating video presentation that reveals a powerful natural solution. It's based on an unusual Asian remedy, a specific spring water juice that targets what they describe as a hidden prostate clog, the very root cause of these frustrating symptoms. It's designed to provide fast, noticeable relief for those exact issues, helping you regain control and comfort. To watch this eye-opening presentation, simply point your phone's camera at the QR code you see on the screen right now. It will open directly on your phone, so you can watch it at your convenience. I've also put the direct link as the top pinned comment just below this video. Go ahead, open it in a new tab, watch it, and then come right back, because we still need to cover the bigger, holistic picture of prostate health and how ejaculation fits into it. All right, so for the rest of the bigger picture of prostate health, you might be thinking, this is incredible. Is frequent ejaculation a magic bullet, a guaranteed way to prevent prostate cancer? And this is where we need to be responsible, grounded in reality, and look at the bigger picture. The answer, truthfully, is not exactly. It's crucial to understand that while this research shows a very strong correlation, a powerful link, it doesn't necessarily mean a direct, one-to-one causation in every single case. What does that mean? It means that while the link between more frequent ejaculation and lower prostate cancer risk is powerful, there could be other factors involved. For example, it's possible that men who have a higher ejaculation frequency also tend to have other healthier lifestyle habits. Perhaps they are more physically active, have a healthier diet, or manage stress better. It's that combination of positive factors that collectively leads to the reduced risk. The key takeaway is this: ejaculation frequency is likely one important beneficial piece of a much larger puzzle when it comes to prostate health. It is not a license to ignore everything else. Think of it as one powerful tool in your health toolbox, but you need other tools too to build a truly robust defense. So, what are these other essential tools? First, diet is absolutely critical. Diets rich in vibrant fruits, fresh vegetables, and healthy fats are consistently linked to better prostate health. Foods containing lycopene, like ripe tomatoes, especially cooked, watermelon, and pink grapefruit, are particularly beneficial. Green tea, with its powerful antioxidants, and foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, are also fantastic additions to your daily intake. Fuel your body with what it needs to thrive.
Second, exercise is non-negotiable. Regular physical activity isn't just about looking good. It helps you maintain a healthy weight, which is hugely important for prostate health. Obesity is a known risk factor for more aggressive forms of prostate cancer. Even just 30 minutes of moderate exercise, a brisk walk, cycling, swimming, most days of the week can make a monumental difference in your overall health and significantly reduce your risk factors. Get moving. Third, avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption. This might sound obvious, but it bears repeating. Both tobacco and excessive alcohol intake are directly linked to an increased risk of various cancers, including prostate cancer, and can negatively impact your overall health in countless ways. Make smart choices for your long-term well-being. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, be proactive with your medical care. Nothing, not diet, not exercise, not even frequent ejaculation, replaces the absolute need for regular medical checkups. This is especially true for men over the age of 40 or 50, or for those with a family history of prostate cancer. Talking to your doctor about screening options, like the PSA, prostate-specific antigen blood test, is the single most effective way to catch any potential problems early. When they are most treatable, often with simpler, less invasive interventions. Don't wait for symptoms to become unbearable. Take charge of your health now. So, let's circle all the way back to our original shocking question. What does daily ejaculation truly do to your prostate? The unbelievable truth, backed by top-tier long-term scientific research from institutions like Harvard, is that far from being the harmful act that myth and fear have made it out to be, it might actually be one of the simplest, most natural, and most pleasurable things you can do to contribute to a healthier prostate over the long term. It's not a cure-all. It's not a replacement for a healthy lifestyle, a balanced diet, regular exercise, or consistent doctor visits. But the evidence is compelling and undeniable. A healthy sex life, which naturally includes masturbation, is a partner, not an enemy, in the fight for long-term prostate health. If you found this video valuable, if it helped bust a myth for you, and you want more health truths backed by real science, please do us a huge favor and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more men who need to hear this vital information. Make sure you're subscribed and you've clicked the notification bell so you don't miss our next myth-busting video. And now, I want to hear from you. What other men's health myths have you heard that you want us to investigate next? Drop them in the comments below. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.